Dragon's Fury is a Mauer spinning coaster located at Chessington World Adventures. It has been operating there since March 2004 and still offers what I believe to be an incredibly fun ride to this day. However, nobody really seems to give much love to it, nor much hate, to be honest. It just kind of sits there as a ride. Yeah, I know it's not a 200-foot tall Mack Extreme spinner, but that doesn't mean it's a bad or neutral ride. Yes, if it were a 200-foot tall Mack Extreme spinner, then that would be epic. But for now, we are left with the forgotten. Did you even remember we were talking about Dragon's Fury? Anyway, the ride does have its flaws. Being a Mauer spinner, the throughput of this coaster is pretty small for a park that only really has low-capacity rides. Plus, I feel like it's quite prone to breaking down, and the queues can feel really slow because of these things. And well, although it used to have a really fast chain lift, apparently it's been turned down so that it's not as loud, which is a shame because you don't get as much speed around the layout, and don't hear that beautiful when you're around the area. Putting all that stupid negativity to the side, Dragon's Fury is a decently fun roller coaster. While not being my number one at the park, Grandeur Mayhem is just that little bit better. It still provides a different experience each ride, which you cannot get on most coasters because, well, I'm sure you're smart enough to work that out. The UK is home to another family spinning coaster at Paultons Park, which is built by Mack Rides, which, not to be biased or anything, but a company that builds a roller coaster as world-class as Flying Fish has to be my favourite. Storm Chaser is, as previously mentioned, a Mack family spinning coaster, which seems to iron out some of the main mistakes Dragon's Fury has. To begin, it runs trains with multiple carriages, or whatever they're called, at once, so it has a train capacity of 16 rather than just 4. It is also far more intense in parts in terms of positive G-forces. However, I have heard that Mack spinners have magnetic dampers that only allow the trains to spin at a certain speed. And I believe Mauer spinners don't, which in most cases makes Dragon's Fury a better ride, because, well, you can get some insane spinning going if you have an unbalanced train. Going back to just Dragon's Fury, the whole ride feels really immersive once you get through the parking lot of a queue. Not many coasters these days actually interact with their area, but no matter where you stand at the Land of the Dragons, you're most likely going to see Dragon's Fury. And the Land of the Dragons isn't even that small. The fact that Dragon's Fury isn't just set on a small plot of land really elevates it over the likes of Spinball Whizzer. Not that I've ever ridden it, so take that with a whole flip-flopping grain of salt. Back when it opened, I can imagine if Chessington advertised it well, a lot of the UK population would have been very interested in a roller coaster that also spins. Although daunting at first glance if you're not an enthusiast like, well, I'm guessing you and I can imagine curiosity would get the better of a lot of people, leading them to want to go and ride it. A more recent example of this could be Hyperia. A lot of people are terrified of heights, even me at one point, but they might still travel from all around the UK to ride it. Back to Dragon's Fury, what I'm trying to get at is that the general public wouldn't have cared if becoming a washing machine meant they were trying something new. Or maybe they did, but most likely their friends pretended that they didn't care and dragged them on it anyway. That's Friendship 101 for you guys. As I mentioned earlier, Dragon's Fury has quite a sprawling layout. You first head up the 59-foot or 18-metre tall chain lift before entering a curved drop to the right. It's not as good as the likes of Hyperia's drop, but it's fun and definitely quite the experience for 7-year-old me. Then you enter a typical Mauer horseshoe element, which is surprisingly vertical. Following that, you head into the first line of block breaks, which ruins the pacing and makes the whole ride the worst coaster in existence. Right, get out of here. I was going to say that it either gives some nice views of the world of Jumanji Land or the Land of the Dragons, depending on which way you're facing. After that, there's a small valley which, from the off-ride perspective, looks really nice in my opinion. Just so graceful. Oh, and you'll never guess which comes after that. A block section. Then you enter a nice helix around one of the play structures that I used to play in when I was younger. This is a very nice interaction because it provides some near misses on ride and scares the little children trying to figure out which way is the exit stairs on the play structure off ride. You have a nice airtime hill after that, which thank goodness is not as junky as Saws. And then only then you get some more block breaks. And then comes quite possibly one of my favourite parts of the ride. This consists of a really low to the ground helix, which, if you're lucky, you can get spinning really fast before you enter the second chain lift, which probably doesn't need to be there because you have quite a bit of speed. But whatever. Towards the end of the ride, you have some goofy twists after the chain lift, another block break section, and then one final surprisingly forceful twisted dip, and then a hill into the final brake run. Maybe Dragon's Fury doesn't have the strongest of layouts, but it's certainly very fun and decently thrilling for a family thrill coaster. As for the theming, Dragon's Fury mostly relies on its area. The queue line might as well be used as close to the park car parking in quiet days because of how little theming it has, and the station is basically just a platform with a roof. But Frazzle the Dragon is such a cool animatronic by the entrance, and I'm silly because I count good soundtrack as theming. But I feel like Chessington focused more on the theming of the Land for Dragons because that's the main area the coaster runs through, so it provides a better experience on ride. I know I personally don't queue to see cool theming in the queue line. I queue for the coasters. Oops, I see what I've done there. But I'm not joking. I know I'm British, but the coaster is the thing I queue for, not the experience of standing in a queue. Anyway, that's it for today. What do you think about Dragon's Fury? Let me know your ideas down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video, or at least got a few laughs from the jokes. If you did, consider checking out some of my other videos, or maybe even subscribe, because I'm making it my New Year's resolution to get a video of my coaster nonsense out every week next year. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. Until next time, catch you later.